one of my favorite days of the year because we're honoring students and their achievements and looking back on the year and all the great things we've done. I just want to take a minute to thank our faculty and staff. They've all been asked to do a lot of extra things this year to make the year successful. Our custodians have had to do a little extra, our lunch ladies, our counselors, all of our secretaries, and each and every one of our students. We've had to do a little bit more than what's typically required in a school year, and we have done it well. We have not had any soft closures. We've kept our numbers down for COVID cases. Our students have been wearing masks. They have been amazing, and parents, thank you for your support in that. I can't say enough good things. Clark Johnson has the cream of the crop, and you will see that here today as we recognize these students and their achievements. Regardless of how the year's been, you guys have made unprecedented growth this year as well. And I think these challenging times are just preparing you for what's ahead. We know that there's going to be more challenging times ahead, and you guys are definitely ready to meet those challenges. So, enough from me. We want to get on with our awards. Mr. Heath gets the honor to be our MC today, and we'll turn the time over to him and get started. Thank you.
Man, that's quite the introduction, MC. Good thing it's not a DJ, right? Okay, so before we begin this program and start into our awards, we're going to have Ben Polson come up, and he's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. And the flag is at the back of the gym. So, Ben, we'll turn the time over to you.
Please rise.
You got to talk in the mic.
Please rise. Okay. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ben. Okay, thank you, Mr. Polson. So as we begin into these awards, I echo what Mrs. Sparks said. This is an exciting time of the year. We are happy to be able to do that this year. Just because last year we did these awards, it was more like a McDonald's drive-through service where we had kids showing up in their cars with a parent. We were handing over locker stuff, and by the way, here's a certificate. So this is much more exciting and a little more personal than it was last year. So we're just excited to kind of get back to a little more normalcy this year. We appreciate all you coming to support your kids, and like Mrs. Sparks said, this is a great school, great kids, great staff. It's just a great day to come to work every day and to educate these kids. So we're going to start right into our department awards. We'll kind of follow along the program that you have. If you didn't get a program, I think there's a few more back here in the corner where you entered the gym. So we're going to start and go in this order, and I'll just kind of come up back and forth to kind of introduce where we are in the program. So we'll start with department awards. We will go in the following order. We will start with the science department, which will be given by Mrs. Hamilton. And then we'll move to the English department with Mr. Gangware. And then the math department, which will be presented by Mrs. Darling. And then the history department by Mr. Gorge. We'll go in that order. Following the history awards, we will have a band performance, Dark Frontier by John M. Pasternak, and it's directed by Natalie Snyder.
It's good to be with you here today. Good morning. Today, the science department would like to recognize 8 exceptional students. These students have consistently worked hard all year long. They have done extra projects above and beyond what was required. They have put forth additional effort to make up work and tests. As teachers, we thank you for being respectful and for contributing to class in positive ways. Thank you for striving for excellence. We wish you success in your future scientific endeavors. Lorenzo Call. Jackson Hansen. Avery Pilcher. Ellie Dangerfield. Macy Parker. Phoenix Thornock. London Jolly. Parker Tuttle.
Okay, we're going to move into the math department. Sorry, language arts, we're waiting for the presenter. So let's get the math department up here, and we will go to there, and then history, and then we'll wait for language arts after history. Okay, I'm back. Okay. So we have the math department up here, correct? For those awards? Okay, first one for math, Daniel Luna. Weston Bruderer. Kate Powell. Kendall McCombs. Avery Dean. Miley Andrew. Mark Jones. Eric Obrey. Oakley Wright. And Adrea Burke. So as you can see, holding assemblies like this is difficult because we have a live stream going to classrooms, so we have teachers kind of going everywhere to cover classes and this and that. So we want to congratulate. I don't know much about math. I'm not a math genius, so we want to congratulate those kids. Mr. Gangwer, show up. No Gangwer though. Okay, so we're going to go to the history department. We have Mr. Gorge up here who will hand out those awards. We'll do him after.
Hello, everyone. My name's Jeff Gorge. I teach history along with some other teachers. Mr. Jensen and Mr. Gangwer as well teaches U.S. history. So I'm going to be asked to give out these awards to those students who they've chosen as well as myself. And they've given a special name for those individuals for this award. And so we'll start with the Excellence in Historical Thinking. That's Noah Allen for Mr. Gangwer. Again, Excellence in Historical Thinking, Jackson Adams for Mr. Gangwer. From my class, Taya Braithwaite, outstanding student. Thank you. Outstanding student again, and from one of my classes, Matt Brunsdale. Congratulations. From Mr. Kerr's class, an outstanding student as well, Daniela Martinez. Another outstanding student, history student, is Wyatt Gates. With the church class. Outstanding history student, Holly Rosengren. Mr. Jensen. And then Mr. Jensen's also chosen Marshall Cox for outstanding history student. Just a comment to end. There's a lot of great students, a lot of hard choices. Really, there was many students that could be up here as well. There's a lot of great students in our school, and I just it's kind of hard to pick just one, but hopefully everyone's proud of their students because they really are really outstanding. Thank you.
Good morning. Speaking of awards, one time I earned an award for Best Award Giver Outer Guy. I think they caught me in a lie just now. The following students are recognized for their excellence in English language arts. These are the real award winners. Ava Wright. Amanda Stromberg. Ty Dieter. Joey Falk. Jade Florence. Kensington Anderson. Good job, Kensington. Caitlin Barlow. Lexi Christensen. This next student is recognized as one who shows excellence in critical thinking. Zayden Cornwall. For excellence in English, Torin Alder. Sydney Bolser. Braxton Hurst. Troy Ellis. This next award, given to 2 students, is Outstanding Student. So Outstanding Student in a Language Arts class. Tyler Kundit. Mark Jones. For excellence in debate, Mari Kerr. That award was given by Mr. Jensen. Adria Carr. And Jaden Taylor. Those last 2 students are recognized for creative writing. Thank you.
Okay, we want to thank those students for that performance and also give a big thanks to Mrs. Snyder as well for all the time and effort she puts into the band program, not just here for the elementary kids as well. And that goes for Ms. Dvorak as well, our orchestra teacher. And we'll be hearing from our choir here shortly as well. So we want to thank those musical teachers for all the hard work they put in and for those students as well, because I know it takes a lot of practice at home. You probably hear these things at home as well, so we want to thank you all for that support. So going on to the program, we'll move on. We're going to go to some more department awards, and we'll just go in the following order. We'll start with the Visual and Performing Arts, which will be presented by Mrs. Snyder. We will then move to PE and Health, which will be presented by Mr. Vickers. And then Foreign Language, which will be presented by Mr. Bybee. From there, we'll go to CTE, which will be presented by Mrs. Nelson. And then finish up with the Counseling Department by Mrs. Tate. Following the Counseling Department awards, we'll hear a choir performance, which they will perform Bare Necessities. I think I've heard that song before. And it will be directed by Rebecca Jorgensen, and we'll go from there.
This year's Art and Excellence Award goes to Sierra Rydalch. And Ethan Carroll. Chorus Award goes to Bailey Oshley. And Braxton Waters. Orchestra Award goes to Benjamin Polson. Amy Garcia. And the band awards go to Taryn Rowley. And Meg Butler.
As you can imagine, this year's PE classes were quite a bit different. But we had the students working very hard and doing an excellent job. It was really hard to choose some of these awards. Fortunately, with this first award, they gave us an option to have two. And the first ones are PE Student of the Year. And these are based on their testing scores and their attitude and work ethic in the PE class. And they really worked hard and earned these. So, Girls PE Student of the Year, 7th grade, Leah Larson. And Savannah Merritt. Girls PE Student of the Year for 8th grade, Ellie Dangerfield. Boys PE Student of the Year, 7th grade, Eric Snyder. And Boys PE Student of the Year, 8th grade, Jerem Allred. These next awards are for students who not only excelled in the classroom, but they had extracurricular things outside of the classroom, sports, athletics, or activities that set them apart. And so these are 7th grade male athlete, Noah Seifus. 8th grade male athlete, Micah Salahuddin. 7th grade female athlete, Bonnie Barrett. And 8th grade female athlete, Kennedy Palmer. These next two awards were given by Mr. Christensen in his outdoor survival group, and top survivalist female is Caitlin Kitchen. And for the boys, Gavin Areola. And these next two awards were given by Mrs. Moss. C&J Healthy Teen Boy, Isaac Jeremiah. And Healthy Teen Girl, Briley Geige.
I'm coming. All right. Buenos dias. All right. My name is Senor Bybee. I am the Spanish teacher here at Clark Johnson Junior High. I am representing our department now. We now have a department of 3. So we have dual language immersion Spanish, dual language immersion Portuguese, and then regular Spanish, and I teach all the regular Spanish. So all the students that don't already come already speaking in Spanish or Portuguese. So I have 4 awards to give today. These awards are very special to us as a department because they are not easy awards to try and determine who should receive them. And so I'm going to start by giving my 2 awards, and then after Senor Bender's award, and then after Profesora Bender, and then Senor Gamez, and we'll go from there. So my first award is El Más Mejorado, which means the most improved. I chose Braxton Hurst for this because of his constant diligence and effort that he puts in despite the difficulties that he sometimes has. So Braxton. Good job, man. My next award is El Más Diligente, which is the most diligent. This one normally goes to the student that has all A's every single term, and this is not an easy one to get. And so this is going to Savannah Merritt. Congratulations. Now for the Portuguese. Pontualidade e dedicação. I speak a little. Is for punctuality and dedication na classe de português, Sarah Peterson. Good job, and you get your medal. The next one is dedicação e entusiasmo, also na classe de português, Kennedy Tashro. Congratulations, don't forget your medal. And in la clase de español, dual language immersion, estudiante destacado. I had to look destacado up. That means outstanding. In la clase de español, for Senor Gamez, Cooper Wilson. Good job. Don't forget your medal. And then last but not least, estudiante destacado en la clase de español, Amanda Stromberg. That's all I have. Thank you.
I had a lot of loot. It slowed me down. Okay, hi. I'm Mrs. Nelson. This is my first year teaching here, and this is pretty cool. I like this. Okay, it's awesome that we can recognize so many cool students for all their hard work. I'm representing the CTE department. That's Careers and Technical Education. We cover the College and Careers Awareness classes for 7th graders, keyboarding and digital literacy for the 8th graders. And so I'm going to be doing all of those awards. So we're going to start with digital literacy. We have outstanding CTE student, Jaden Taylor. Come on down. And then Master of the Digital Universe is Damon White. For the keyboarding class, we just have one, and that is outstanding keyboarding student Allison Lovell. And for our CCA courses, our outstanding CTE student Dallin Bennett. That's from the kind of shop rotation with Mr. Walters. And then from the facts, cooking, sewing, all of that rotation, we have Holly Rosegren. And then from the business rotation, we have Jaden Walker. That's it for me. Bye.
I want to talk to the student body for a second and tell them thank you for being so welcoming to a lot of new students that we have this year. Even though we have the masks, it's kind of been hard for some of the new kids to make friends, but we have been very successful this year. This year, we have some individuals for standing student support for the counseling department, and that is Julia Linares, Brinley Monteroso, Lucina Vaca, Kendall Palmer, and Kennedy Palmer. Thank you.
Now, this is a first all year long. We are actually going to take the masks off to sing.
Okay, once again, we want to thank Mrs. Jorgensen for all her efforts and thank those awesome students for that song, for that performance. Okay, before we move into the SBOs, we're going to do a different kind of recognition as well. So normally, you know, these assemblies we'd have, I'm not sure how we would fit all the kids in here, but normally we'd have everybody down here and we'd have a way to recognize, you know, those kids with the GPAs of 3.75, which is the superintendent's academic achievement, or the 3.90, which is the president's award. But because these students are watching this performance, I hope they're watching this, in their classrooms, Becky gave me the thumbs up, so they are. We've given them certificates in their classrooms already. There are some out here that have received them as well. So at this time, we just want to recognize those students. Let's recognize first those Superintendent's Academic Achievement Award, which are those students that have maintained a 3.75 GPA or higher, and have them stand up in their classrooms. And if you're here on the floor or in line, well, I guess you're already standing up, so I guess the other ones can sit down, but that's okay. Just stay standing up. So at this time, let's have them stand up and give them a round of applause and make it loud so those classrooms can hear you. All right, thank you. And to go along with that, so the President's Award, which is a 3.9 GPA, which is an awesome award. So if you are one of those in the classroom or here in the gym as well, please stand up so we can give you a round of applause. So good job, students. We know that is an awesome, awesome achievement to receive. Those kids, you know, take their grades serious and, you know, put in that extra time and work to make that attainable. So at this time is Mrs. Heitzman. Did I see her come in? Oh, wow. Look at her. Sneaky. So we are going to turn the time over to her and Ms. McCormick as well, if she wants to come up to talk about our SBO officers. Before they start, I want to just give a personal thank you to the SBOs. I think sometimes we don't realize the work that goes into being an SBO officer. It's a lot of extra volunteer time. And you really, you know, even for elections and things like that, you kind of put yourself out there in front of your peers. And so I want to thank all them for all the work they do all year. I think sometimes it goes underappreciated. So we'll turn the time over to Mrs. Heitzman to give out those awards.
Right into it. I want you to look at these guys. They are the bomb. You know, I always have a soft spot for the SBOs, but this year's group cannot be beat. They have been amazing, and we've asked them to do weird and hard things, and they have just stepped up. So know that we appreciate them. We'd like to recognize Alyssa Baum, and Camry Bryan. Hold on, I dropped them, did you see? So we want to make sure you get yours. And Noah Dow. And Lily Farr. And Eric Fogg. And Jack Griffith. And Lawson Hansen. And Paige Norton. Cole Ringwood. Brinley Scott. Marin Shields. Sophie Tate. Ty Thorpe. And Cooper Wilson. Thank you so much.
Okay, we're going to have our last musical performance, which will be performed by our orchestra. They will perform Spring Breezes, which are folk songs from Taiwan arranged by Richard Meyer, and this is directed by Katrina Dvorak. Okay, thank you, Mr. Voracek, and thank you, orchestra students. At this time, we have moved to the part in the program for perfect attendance, which this award is just kind of like a wow, perfect attendance. We probably should have the parents come down as well because they're the ones kicking you out the door every day and saying, heck no, you're not staying home today, right? So this is an awesome thing, perfect attendance. We got a good list here of about 10 or so. So we will call them up to receive their awards. The first one, Terry Light. Miley Mullins. Vera Pankratz. Amanda Stromberg. Chloe Edwards. Jade Florence. Trevor Gerard. Vance Jackson. Josh Nagata. Eric Obrey. And Landon Fraley. So that's a huge congratulations to those students for perfect attendance. Maybe next year in school your parents will give you one day off, right? Our next award is also a significant award, which is a 2-year of a 4.0 award. So this means 7th and 8th grade year, they've maintained a 4.0 GPA, which is also not an easy thing to do. These students have kept up on their studies, kept up on their homework. Great students. So first one, Jackson Adams. Good job, Jackson. Miley Andrew. Dallin Bennett. Ellie Dangerfield. Good job, Ellie. Ty Dieter. Good job, Ty. Skylar Erickson. Jade Florence. Back again. Mackenzie Green. Briley Gigi. Addison Hanson. Jadalyn Lewis. Sorry, had to turn the page. Avery Lufkin. Good job, Avery. Josh Nagata. Eric Obrey. Benjamin Polson. Good job, Ben. Spencer Sant. Good job, Spencer. Sophie Tate. Good job, Sophie. Bowen Thomas. And last but not least, Chloe Thomas. Good job, Chloe. So great job, 2 years, 4.0. Continue that at the next level. Great job. Okay, as we get closer to the end of this program, we have a special award that is kind of the icing on the cake here around Clark N. Johnson Junior High School. This is a very prestigious award, and the students that receive this award should feel honored, as it's an award that's kind of given through a lot of teacher requests, teacher referrals, just 2 outstanding students. Now, just because it's you 2 today doesn't mean we don't have outstanding students everywhere. This is a very difficult decision every year for this award, but it's an honor to receive it. So at this time, I'd like to invite Jill Hogan up. She will be presenting this award today, and also any family that she has with her to present that award.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a privilege to be here. And I just want to say you are amazingly awesome. And I thank you for the privilege to be here. Just a little history I wanted to give you about Clark N. Johnson. Probably most of you don't even know the man or why this school was named after him. Why should it be? As a family, siblings, this is my brother and my sister. My sister being the oldest, Joanne. My brother is the second, Mike, and I am the baby in the family. I always thought that I was adopted because I was 7, 8 years younger and thought my mom should have had another one. Why was I the last in line? Don't really remember my brother and sister at home because they were so much older than me. And my mom told me that I was the only one that was planned for. So that should make me feel good, right? My dad was born in 1921, so if he was still living, he would be 100 years old this year. He was a great man. He was born in Box Elder, Utah, and he was number 5 of 10 children. His dad was a farmer and worked very, very hard. Farm life back then was hard. Everyone participated. His mother was a piano player, and she taught piano in her home to help assist with the money. Their family were very musical. My dad learned to play the bass fiddle, and the family had a band, and they would play for the community, for dances and things like that. My dad continued to play throughout his life in a band and participate in music that way. That also helped bring in some money to the family. He had the natural ability in sports, and he loved baseball and basketball. The family didn't have any extra money. What they had from farming, from piano, and doing their playing band was all they had. So after high school, there was no money for college. As my dad was walking down the street one day, a man and his son had stopped. My dad had noticed that it was his friend, and his father had pulled over and asked him to get into the car. He was going to take them both to Weber State and sign them up for college. My dad hopped in. That experience changed his life. That kind man paid for my dad's college. Because of that kindness, it changed his life. He was able to gain an education. He also served in World War II, in the Battle of the Bulge. He married my mom, Elaine Longstroth, in 1943, and they raised us 3 children. After the war, my dad pursued his education, and they moved to Tooele, where he became a math teacher and a coach for Tooele. He had a great leadership qualities and was willing to listen to others speak and express their ideas and opinions. And he wanted to put these qualities to use. And so he pursued these qualities and pursued his master's degree in education. He served as the superintendent of the Tooele School District for many years. During that time, Dad had appreciated the district teachers and thought our teachers were the cream of the crop. He always had praised them and would always have their backs. He felt that they were never paid enough for what they did. He knew that many made a big difference in the students' lives, and he felt that everyone needed a chance and gave everyone the opportunity to prove themselves. even those who many would call troublemakers, sluffers, or losers. He started the alternative school, and that was placed out in the Twilla Army Depot. And kids who were having a hard time even to attend school, regular school, were given the opportunity to attend the alternative school. This proved beneficial to many of him, and it has developed and changed into greater things through over the years. Yes, you can even make a difference in your kindness, in your friendship, in the way that you treat others at school, at home, in your community. You can make the difference. The man that helped my dad made the difference, and my dad is hoping that you can make a difference. That, as a family, is why we instituted this scholarship, was the purpose to award two people the award to be a friend to someone, to be a friend, to exemplify goodness, kindness, and to help in the community and into your school. I'll now turn the time over to my brother and sister to give the awards.
It's my honor to give the award to the girl, Sophie Tate.
These young people are representative of this school. And many of you emulate these qualities. We're so pleased with what we hear about the school and how you conduct yourselves. For the young man, the award goes to Eric O'Bray.
We want to thank the Johnson family for taking the time to come today to present that at this assembly. And it really gave you students a good glimpse of exactly why this is named Clark N. Johnson Junior High School. A great history account of obviously a great man and a great educator, which is, the reason we come here every day. So in closing, we want to at this time thank all you students for the hard work you put in, not only the students here in this gymnasium, but also the students that are listening in the classrooms. You really are an awesome student body. This has been a crazy year, as you've heard from some teachers and staff already today, but it's really been an awesome year. You guys have just fought through all the craziness, and we're just about to the end. One more week. So we want to thank you students for the work you put in this year, and we want to thank all you parents for the support, for coming here and supporting your children today. We want to thank all the staff, teachers here in this school. It simply would not get done without them. They're behind a lot of these awards, and we appreciate all that they do. In closing, as we leave, obviously, you're all going to want probably a picture or two, which is fine, but let's try to get those as quickly as possible because we do still have classes to attend today. Sorry, kids. So we want to get them into their third periods shortly, but we will ring a bell for that. But if you need a quick picture, that would be great. And then might be easiest for parents and guests to leave these doors right out the gym door to the outside to kind of stay away from the craziness in the hallways at times during class breaks. So once again, thank you. I want to thank Mrs. Joyce before we leave, and Mr. Shu and Mrs. Darling for all the work they put in for this assembly. It wasn't easy. Did you need this?
Perfect attendance and math people, come up to the podium, please. Math awards.
Probably ought to get a picture with Johnson and those two kids.
Okay, Just so you guys know, I don't know if Mr. Heath told you, but the Outlier Award goes to in statistics. Are you guys my math guys? In statistics, that outlier is that little dot that sits apart from everyone else. Where's Adrea? Are you here? Adrea, Oakley? Okay. Where's my Adrea? Okay. The outlier is that point that sits across and apart, and so that's why we chose you